Welcome to Prime Pinoy Podcast. If you're looking for personal development, life transformation, sales, success, and business, then this podcast is for you. And here I am, of course, Migs Flores. I'm here collecting stories of people who have achieved a certain degree of success in their lives so that we can actually learn from them. But before we begin, make sure you have subscribed and tuned in every week on Spotify and on YouTube. And if hindi pa, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. And so, good morning or good afternoon or good night, whatever time you're actually listening or watching this from. And this is very special. First time ko mag-suit and tie sa aking podcast. Parang di ako sanay. Parang sarap pala niya tignan, no? And here with me is a very special person because this person I've known for quite some time already. And he has built a business, during the peak of pandemic. When everybody was hopeless, he saw an opportunity. And that's what I want to discuss because maybe a lot of people, napakaraming tao is maybe asking, we are on a binge. For example, the markets are on a bear market. There is rumors of war. There are rumors of recession. And a lot of people in their maybe fear are going back to their homes trying to be safe and trying to just, find their security. And yet, it was the same story 2 years ago during the pandemic. And somebody actually saw an opportunity and created a really wonderful business out of it. And without further ado, it is an honor to have you as my guest, Brien.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brien.
And Brien is the owner of Cloud Studio. No, if you're familiar, yung mga seminars, mga events, the way it was being brought from a live event to a virtual event or to a hybrid event, the person behind that is Brien. No other than Brien. And the most trusted person I know with regards to doing that is you, bro.
Wow.
And
That's big coming from you.
Totoo. And I am in awe. Honestly, kanina pa ako nag-observe, sabi ko, wow, ang galing, no? It's so I so love it to be surrounded with geniuses like you.
Wow.
Geniuses.
That is a compliment that I will accept.
It is.
And, coming from a space of abundance with you guys, we've been together so a couple of years ago, in a similar space. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful of not just being here, but also getting to know you as a person as well.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Now, let's talk about majority of the people that are watching this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest, are between teenagers all the way to, let's say, under 20s or early 30s. Kung meron man more than early 30s, okay lang yan. Young at heart. Pwede yan, no?
Young at heart.
Pero majority of my demographics are really into the early 30s all the way to teenagers. Majority of them now are looking into opportunities.
Yeah.
Okay? And tanong ko, no, it was the height of pandemic, everybody was fearful.
Yeah.
How did it come to your mind to build Cloud Studio?
Actually, I was on the fence. Parang, I would say my back was against the wall. It's either I do it or parang wala na akong any means of surviving.
Oh, really?
Dumating ako sa point na ganun. So, I used up the last of my savings, actually, to put up or accumulate the necessary equipment to provide the service. So, like you said, virtual events yung pinaka-unang service. Kasi that was what is needed or on demand, especially during the lockdown. So, I used up the last of my savings. Instead of using it pampakasal,
right.
So, pinospone muna namin ng fiancé ko yung wedding namin. Because I really wanted to pursue it. And to give a context lang for the people who are listening or watching this podcast episode, Cloud Studio aims to be a mobile content creation facility. And the vision really is to make content creation accessible and affordable for everyone.
And
wherever, whenever. Kasha Cloud. Kasha Cloud.
Talaga?
So, eventually, we would want to have or partner up with potential freelancers, not just here in the Philippines.
Sidetrack muna tayo. Expound on that. Kasi hindi ko yan alam about Cloud Studio. I just thought it is a
an events production, right?
An events production turning into virtual or hybrid?
Actually, content creation talaga yung pinakagusto ko. That's really like I'm obsessed doing this.
Right.
But just so happen na, of course, in business, nakikita mo kung san dito yung pumapasok yung revenue stream.
Yung demand,
So,
yeah.
yung demand. So, dun sa events talaga yung demand.
Right.
At especially during the pandemic na lockdowns.
And nobody
so we
knows
gravitated
how to use it, yeah.
Yeah. So we gravitated towards that. I would say, and I assume that you'd agree with me as well, ang daming mga organization na kailangan ng tech operators.
And who doesn't even, as I've
I
said,
mean,
who doesn't even know how to transition to virtual?
Transition to virtual. Yeah. So, but yeah, ang core talaga ng Cloud Studio is revolving around content creation.
Right.
Marami lang, so the events that I want, kung papapiliin ako, events that the organizers aim to use
Content creators
or organizers na ang end goal is to make use of the recordings for content purposes.
Wow.
So hindi lang siya like, that's a problem eh. Like a lot of the events, one-off event lang. After wala na. So wala ka nang pakinabang doon. So,
Right.
parang
Right.
it bothers me na people cannot see or fathom beyond doon sa requirement lang. So that's why a lot of my clients appreciate me. I've worked with a couple of content creators, Real Talk Darbs, No One Finance Girl, if you know her.
Yeah.
Kasi we provide the service for events, but we also, in the goodness of our hearts and goodwill namin to show them na, we care about you guys.
Right.
We post-produce
Oh, wow.
some of short videos. And the mindset of that is parang I want to give back to you kasi pinagkatiwalaan mo kami, binigyan mo kami ng trust eh.
Right.
So, yun, the Cloud Studio is revolving around content creation talaga. May mga bagay lang or mga equipment that is similar of use pagdating sa event production. That's why like it's like no-brainer na offer din tayo ng events production.
Ng events prod, yeah.
So, si Coach Migs looking at the studio here, kita ang daming monitor.
Oh.
Kailangan mo ba talaga yan? No, but really, I mean, if you're into the event space talaga, event production space, you really need a handful of monitor to check the video feeds, your sources.
Right.
So, it's somewhat necessary.
I want to address that right now. No, usually my flow will be, how did you get to start this?
Yeah.
Pero ang ganda nung sinabi mo, so let me sidetrack for a bit. Why would, we are now living in a world of content creation.
Yeah.
In fact, all algorithms are geared towards content creation.
Yeah.
Okay, nagsimula na yung influencer marketing in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay, it used to be just in abroad, but now it's also in the Philippines. In abroad, it's already community building. Right now, nagsisimula na tayo with marketing of community building.
Yeah. Nakikita na yung mga potential of communities.
The potential, no? There's Telegram, there's Discord, there's Facebook groups. In fact, ang Facebook group ngayon are already building chat groups inside the Facebook group. Na parang
diba?
Discord
Napapansin
na
mo
dating, di ba? So, why is it important, in your opinion? A lot of people are just making or creating content. A lot of people, unang-una, want to be a content creator.
Yeah.
As in a lot. Why is it important for them to have or for them to use such a professional space or visuals with their content?
I'd say quality pa din has a huge factor, but we see naman na hindi naman siya hindrance kapag hindi agad maganda yung quality ng content mo. Diba?
Pero iba pa rin ang impression, no?
Yeah, iba pa din talaga yung impression. So, so one of the core strengths ko kasi may includer ako eh. So like, so the core strengths ko revolves around relationship building.
Right.
One of them is includer. So, parang gusto ko matry para sa sarili ko, not because gusto ko para sa akin lang, but I wanna try to help out other people.
Right.
Na maybe they have potential but they don't have the means. That's why the vision is making it accessible.
Yeah.
That racks my brain every single time. Like, how the can I
Pwede,
can I make
pwede,
it?
pwede,
Pwede ba?
pwede.
How the
Yeah.
how the fuck can I make it accessible for people who needs it the most?
Yeah.
So that for me, it's like an never-ending question. Kasi, aminin natin, mahal din kahit paano ang mag-create ng content.
Yeah.
If you choose to do it professionally.
If professionally done, yeah.
You can DIY. Like, to be honest, I promote DIY kung kaya mo.
Mhm.
Pero would you rather be, ano mo yun, problemado ka, shit, nagre-record ba? Ano ba? Okay ba yung camera? Okay ba yung angle? Diba? Like, you'd rather do that instead of just focusing on who you are and where you're good at.
And what
Diba?
your message is.
Yeah, what your message is it? Kasi
Agree.
how many times have you created content na because you're overthinking too much, you end up napagod ka, ayaw mo na mag-create ng content?
I tell you, wala.
That's
because, No, not because I was following your pattern because I never looked at it. My mindset as a businessman
Yeah.
will always be, where am I good at that brings in the most result?
Yeah.
And
Yung wiring mo kasi,
It's not really because wala dahil magaling ako no. But
Yeah.
because my first, kung hindi ako magaling dyan, hanap ako ng magaling.
Yeah.
Kasi ayoko
That's-
marunong na alam ko yan, hindi talaga.
Yeah.
So, my 'di ba, remember, I got my mic from him, para lang alam na iba. I got my mic from you because also, 'di ba, I was asking you questions.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't want to pretend. And again, it's a good quality also for a businessman to not pretend that they know everything. It's not really meant to be like that. I'm just focused on what I'm good at. And yung sabi mo nga, the reason kung bakit hindi ko siya naisip is because if I need to upgrade, I ask the people that knows it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I know a lot
Kasi
of people.
You know also kung ano yung missing pieces eh.
Yeah.
Diba?
And if I see already a better quality, I'm already trying to figure that out. Uy, mas maganda yung quality ng video niya sa video ko. Ano yung mga ginamit niya or ginawa niya? Bakit ang ganda ng quality niya? 'Di ba? Because again, in the world of content creation, maganda naman, there's two ways 'di ba? There's the message part. What is it? What is the main topic? What is the main content? If this is professional content creation, well, pwede ka naman mag-clickbait lang.
Yeah.
'Di ba?
Yeah.
Or for entertainment. And it's serving its purpose. Pero for the serious content creation, in TikTok, they call it EduTalk. Okay? Or TikTok kasi, TikTok Philippines, has a specific category. They're pushing for a campaign on educational talks. Okay? So, ang tawag doon is EduTalk. Maybe narinig mo na to with
Yeah.
some of your guests. EduTalk or Learn It or TikTok. In last year, 2021, they were calling it TikTok Eskwela.
Wow.
Oo.
Yan, ganda nung
2021
Ingenious,
to.
Oo.
And then 2022, they changed the campaign. They made it EduTalk.
So like ito yung mga edu creators?
Ito yung mga edu creators. I think guest mo yan, sina Kia, sina Darbs. We may not know one another on a personal level, but we were on one category, which is yun nga, mga educational creators. How do you provide education to the masses or to the audience, no? Now, itong mga EduTalk, iba pa rin kasi yung quality of professionally done
Professionally
content.
done. Yeah.
I agree with that. Kasi kahit kunyari, tuturo ka, 6 principles, kunyari ito, cellphone ko, 6 principles towards financial abundance. Tapos, yero yung nasa likod mo. Parang hindi siya talaga bagay.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong, diba? Like, it shouldn't be a hindrance.
It is
diba?
not. It shouldn't be.
So, kasi nakita naman natin, like, kahit sabihin mong yero yung sa likod, minsan kapag sobrang may substance yun, nakakatawa. Diba? So, people still patronize the content.
Yeah. Pero kasi, di ba, there's a lot of people also. I mean, yun yung source nung mga bashing nung iba eh.
Yeah.
I'm not new to bashing, I tell you.
Yeah.
Pero yun yung ibang source na parang sabi ko, hindi mo masisisi yun ng bash sa'yo because you did not because you're still working on yourself,
Yeah.
not discrimination, whatever, but because you did not prepare enough for
Para kasi
your creation.
Yeah, they kind of expect more from you.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Especially when you're talking about money.
Oo, sa bagay.
Especially when you're talking about
May factor pa
how
na
to
ganun.
get rich, or principles of abundance, or prosperity, or we're talking about money, for example. Ngayon, if we're talking about, kunwari, philosophy, whatever, wala expectation. Pero if you're talking about success, mataas yung expectation because many people would want, whether you like it or not, there's a stereotype na of what success is. And even if I would, quote-unquote, say a lot of things about success, it's like being a surfer trying to go against the tide. So, from the moment we were born to the moment that we, let's say, 20 years old or 18 years old, na-feed na tayo of what success mean.
Na piniprogram na tayo.
Pinoprogram na tayo from what we watch, what we listen to, what we read. This is what success is. So, meron ng expectation. How successful people dress up, how successful people look like, how successful people operate, what kind of meetings do they do, how do they speak, how do they talk, all of these things. Majority of the bashing, ako personally is because there is a part of me that goes against the tide. Because I have built a business at a young age. And there are certain people that will say, dapat hindi pa. Kasi bata ka pa. Dapat hindi pa. Why? Why are you creating success? Hindi pwede hilahin kita pababa.
Kasi ako hindi naman maagang naging successful.
Kasi ako, either hindi pa ako successful or it took me 12 years, 15 years to be successful.
Yeah.
Dapat ikaw din. Diba?
That's some bullshit.
No, that's a bullshit. Pero, is it primarily their fault? Not necessarily, because
really.
it is what they consume. It is what they've been being fed by, no, for too many years. Yeah. Now, here's what I found out. Let's say 55% is visuals. And that's what I like about what you said a while ago. More than the message, because you're going, diba, there's a certain part of you that goes against the tide, for example.
Yeah.
But the reason why maybe ako personally, I got followers and it was quick or it was fast to an extent. I'm not saying it's too fast. To an extent, no, to a degree. It was fast because when I talk about something, it was prepared. Ibig sabihin, it was visually congruent.
Exactly. Actually, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Sabi ko kasi ako kanina, diba, I'm off-cam, sabi ko, you know, sumagi na sa isip ko na one of these days, before pa sumikat sila, yung grupo nila, marami sila, nagsusulputan.
And we're friends, no?
And we're friends. And sabi ko, one of these days, alam kong puputok tong mga tao na to. It's not a matter of kung kaya nyo, kakayanan. It's a matter of when And sobrang timely na you guys chose to show up, especially dun sa platform na TikTok.
Yeah.
So, no doubt in my mind na kayang-kaya nyo talaga to blow up in the social media space.
Now, go ahead.
Yeah, and again, talking about quality, I guess it depends on the person But again, it shouldn't be a hindrance. Kahit kami, we're continuously improving our processes, our systems, the quality. Yeah, we're talking about kanina, recording in 1080, recording in 4K.
Yeah.
Oh my God, ang laki ng file. So we will know after this show. But, you know, these are some things na you would naturally encounter. So, you have to ask yourself, do I want to be better? Gusto ko bang gumanda yung content ko? If the answer is yes, then, you know, you get the help of people like us.
Right.
But if not, then you still...
Ako, I want to be honest. I want to be honest.
Go ahead.
It's inevitable
To
not be better. If you
really want it, gusto mo talaga.
And if you want the life that you want, there's no other way but continuous improvement.
Yeah.
I would say that I have entered, no? I could say that. Na medyo nandun ako in a space of I am way better than who I was before.
Yeah.
But I'm a beginner to the next chapter of my life. There's no other way. If I stop now, especially with the world that we're in today,
Yeah.
and yun nga itatanong ko sa'yo, no, after this, pero with the world that we live in today, it's literally, if you get stuck with your previous processes, you're out. You're out. My business succeeded at the height when yung feeling ko, veterans of my industry do not know the internet.
Yeah.
That's when I capitalized. No? Yung I would consider veterans of the industry kasi with the industry financial services, dati ang pinaka basihan niyan yung number ng letra after ng pangalan mo, di ba?
The number of designations,
Number ng
nakakabit sa
designations,
pangalan mo.
nakakabit sa pangalan mo, no? Pag mas mahaba, grabe.
Mas big shot ka.
Mas big shot
time
ka.
Oo.
No? During the pandemic, when the pandemic struck, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Na-level yung playing field bigla.
Na-level yung playing field.
I think it's sabi mo nga, inevitable. Parang it's bound to happen. Yung acceptance lang ang challenge na delayed talaga. People started to accept because they had no choice.
They had no choice. And the faster, and ito I'm gonna be honest with you, the longer they resisted the change, the longer I maximized the opportunity. That's how my business really succeeded. It's because I think March 14 when the president declared lockdown.
Yeah.
I think by April 1 I was back to my work. Parang I was trying to figure things out in 2 weeks. After the second week, I was already out there. Sabi ko, this is it. We don't know kung kailan to mawawala. Kasi if I'm not mistaken, 1 month yan ECQ, di ba? 1 month of ECQ, hindi mo alam kung mag-extend or not. But for me, I really don't care at that time. Talagang, okay. I'm not saying that the suffixes are not important.
Yeah.
It is primarily important, no? I still
Malaking tulong.
study until today. I still study year after year. Meron sa budget ko sa aking finances. There's a certain percentage of the budget goes to education. Every year yan.
Nag-jars ka ba? O hindi naman?
Not really jars, pero lagi akong every year dapat meron akong e-enrollan. So for example, 3 months ago I was in INSEAD Business School.
Yeah.
So talagang kailangan every year kasi or else I will be just like anybody. So at that time I capitalized, I maximized right away. And that's how I guess the business succeeded.
Yeah.
Now, the question maybe that I have here is why do you think right now, no, digital transformation? Kasi it worked for me, yes. Pero do I have the same expertise as you know? So, and I need to know your genius on this. Why do you think digital transformation is necessary today?
Actually, I was about to say nga na I've been vocal naman din na I admire how digital ready you guys were, especially during the pandemic. Something na I wouldn't say kulang, but hindi prepared on our end. So, that one thing nakikita ko talaga na ang laking factor yung organization then as well. So, ako kasi being digital ready or being ready in your business in a sense.
Right.
Depende sa'yo Depende talaga kung gugustuhin mo. 'Di ba? And are you prepared just in case may mga ganito ulit circumstances nangyari?
Right.
Kasi it's like a curveball So, going back to your question.
Yeah. Why is it important to be, or why is it necessary now? Because whether we like it or not, we're no longer in the digital era. I would say we're already in the integrated era.
Yeah.
Where in the physical and the digital is already merging.
Yeah. Why is it important? Just to maybe answer that question. It's important because ito yung trajectory If we were not, like what you said, if you're not being able to maximize or capitalize with the opportunity, then mas malaki yung chance na in the next coming years, your business will die.
Yeah.
Diba? So, what's that saying? If you're not growing, you're dying.
Yeah.
So, one of the takeaway ko sa'yo is, always contribute to growth, learning, your own learning.
How does that work? For if
In a digital transformation sense?
and for all businesses,
Yeah.
if somebody is listening right now, maybe their business is, let's say, clothing line or food
Yeah.
or anything that isn't related to speaking.
Yeah.
Okay? Kasi ako, my business is financial advisory. So, syempre, kailangan magsalita ako dyan, di ba? Or my another business is doing transformational seminars. So, kailangan magsalita ako dyan. Pero, for example, the business is, yun nga, way out of line. How can they use content creation to build their brand, to create brand recall, or maybe brand awareness? That will make people ask, what is this person, maybe, what's the business of this person, and how can they use that for their promotion and marketing?
Ang sagot ko dyan is, always try to think outside of the box. In a sense na, how can I give? I mean, that coming from me, what are the means and ways on how I can give to maybe my followers or my patrons that will result to people remembering us. So we see effective marketing campaigns na ganun eh. Not just relatable, but there's this impact. And I feel like yun yung one of the primary reasons why you need to be ready or ano ba yung importance ng digital transformation.
Right.
It's because somewhat legacy na rin eh ang content creation for me eh.
Agree.
So it's putting a part of who you are out there. Right? Whether it's personal or whether it's for your business, it's putting something out there. So if that's something that's important for you, then definitely you have to start today.
Yeah. Can content creation be monetized?
Definitely.
How will, kasi di ba, you wanna inclusive. And of course, mag-aamin na ako, no? Na if you guys would want to, consult and would want to get into this journey of content creation, you ask the expert. Or I would not say, okay, he's not a self-proclaimed expert. I'm just calling you that. Just accept, di ba? Just accept. Ako naman nagsasabi sa'yo.
Accept ko.
Consult you.
I accept with love.
Or if not the expert, sige, baka masyadong pressure. Ano na lang?
Pressure ako
Professional.
bigla.
Professional na lang. Okay.
It's practitioner.
Practitioner.
I would say, I'd like to experience things, do it for myself para magawa ko para sa ibang tao.
Yeah. I love what you said also kasi that's what I tell myself also. Sabi ko, never naman ako. May mga nagbabash kasi sa akin. Sabi ko, never naman ako nagkiklaim ng guru. Kayo nga nagtatype niyan. Di naman ako. Inaayos ko lang buhay ko.
Yeah.
Practitioner. But yeah.
Practitioner. I like doing it. That's my way of circumnavigating my own hesitations, reservations.
Yeah.
I do it for other people so that I can learn it for myself.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Yeah.
That's me. So, it's crazy right now kasi, I mean, everything is possible. Very, very blue ocean pa, especially here in the Philippines. There's definitely room for improvement as we've seen in our Western counterparts. Just being unique and creative.
How could you say we're barely scratching the surface? How could you say that?
Well, like say for example, in terms of live streaming, doon tayo sa live streaming space. Here in the Philippines, wala pa naman yung mga level of what we see sa live stream sa ibang bansa. Like, people watch live stream ng taong tutulog. Do you know that? Mga sleep streams. People watch live streams ng mobile DJ. As in, nakabisikleta siya. He goes around malls, parks, outdoors.
Right.
Like may DJ spin table siya and all.
Right.
And people are watching that. Diba? So, it's integrating yourself, your business, to content. If you're creative enough, you'd find your unique voice out there, and people will patronize it. And it's genuinely you. Diba? So, parang, I mean, it's, diba, alam natin in terms of content creation, may burnout pa rin naman yan eh.
Right.
May creative
Right.
burnout as well.
Right.
Pero since, napagod ka lang, pero since it's you, ang dali lang to get back. Diba?
Maybe last question for you. What's your advice for those people who want to take this seriously? Because sabi mo nga, we're barely scratching the surface. There's money in the industry. And
There's a lot of money.
a lot of money. Okay. And I love to hear that, Kasi nga sabi ko nga, I'm a businessman that makes content. So, ngayon ko, in our few hours together, just this day, you were telling me, you know what, there's a lot of money in the industry. You might want to take that seriously.
Yeah.
And for those professionals na who want to take it seriously, they want to take content creation not just as a hobby, but serious na sila. What's your tip?
I'd say tap into your creative self. Kung di ka naman ganun as a person, you outsource. You know, there shouldn't be an excuse to not be able to do it. Sabi nga nila, I mean, there's a laki talaga ng pera in creatives. If you know how to navigate.
Right.
As any other business naman.
Agree.
Diba? So, ayun, my advice is that knowing din talaga on who you are as a person, congruent ba siya dun sa pinoportray mo in your branding.
That's nice. That's nice. All right. Last na. Follow-up last question. Allow me to ask this, no?
Sige, ano ba yan?
How did discovery all the way to abundance helped you to build whatever it is that you've built now?
Well, I attribute a lot of who I am today to the 3-level program of I Am Plus. And coming from this, nag-vlog pa ako niyan eh. So, talagang, I do things in a relationship building theme kind of way. So, if significant sa akin yung isang bagay, I try to commemorate or give back in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
So, nag-vlog pa ako nun. Grabe yung transformation sa akin. And I feel like, in terms of my business, ang mas mabilis na ako to recover, to recuperate on certain challenges that I encounter, obstacles I face, and mas certain ako. So through the 3-level program, binrake ako, pero binuo ulit ako.
Oh, wow.
I'd say yun yung description of what I've experienced. But it's all worth it because mas naging kampante ako sa sarili ko. Confidence level ko through the roof. And doing things with certainty.
Right.
That is something that will make you unstoppable.
Wow.
So, ayan, I'm someone who values or believe in the currency of giving.
Right.
So, parang I use that to my advantage ngayon. But again, being in the transformational programs of I Am Plus, it helped me build systems
And structure.
Awareness around
Right.
who I am as a person.
That's nice. So, how will people follow you if they want to consult with you? They want to, ask you. Ang ganda ng vision mo eh. Inclusivity, making content creation accessible to everyone. How will they follow you?
Yeah, well, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. I believe we also have YouTube. I think, di ba ata up yun? Pero at Cloud Studio Inc. So we do want to tap into the potential of freelancers as well. So if you're into event production or content creation and you kind of want to make good use of the equipment that you already have at your place,
Na ang
then reach
ganda.
out to us.
Yeah.
Because eventually in the future we want to have our own creatives booking app. So
Wow.
I mean, you need a videographer. You go through the accredited list. You need a studio. You need someone who can help you create your own music, for example. So yeah, we'd love to partner up with you as a creative as well. We truly appreciate the work and the hard work that you put in.
Wow.
Thanks so much
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
me here.
Thank you so much, Bri, for having me here.
Wow.
As in literally, no?
We're here at the personal studio ng Cloud Studio.
Yeah.
It's something that I've built from scratch, to be honest.
Galing.
And I just
Galing.
randomly invite people. You know how many times I just randomly invite, "Oy, tara, let's do a podcast here. You can
Right.
record your episode," something like that.
Galing. Galing.
The value of giving, man. The value of
Currency, the currency of giving.
Yeah.
Nothing beats that.
giving. Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, of course, I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it adds value to your life so that you can make your dreams happen by inspiring possibilities. Welcome to Prime Pinoy Podcast, everyone. Have a good night.